if you're an avid tennis player and you take your game serious, you got to be serious about your grip. You can't have it looking like this.
Yeah, you can't have the blood stains,
I
the
mean,
bottom literally disintegrating. Guys, this is
falling
the
apart.
only part of your racket that actually touches your hand. You got to take this stuff seriously.
Yeah, when people talk about feel,
This is not what they mean.
So in today's video, we're talking about how to change the grip on your racket and the different grips, the different types of grips and why they're important.
So the first thing we need to understand is that when you buy a racket brand new, it's going to come like this with just the replacement grip. So we're looking at a Wilson blade. Obviously, you're going to have a Wilson grip on here. This is how it comes. And if you pull the replacement grip off, this is all that's on the racket here. If you zoom in, you're going to see there's nothing else going on here, right? So you take that grip off. That is the bare bones plastic grip of the racket. So this is how the racket comes with a replacement grip. No matter what you've got going on in your tennis game, we want you to be putting an overgrip. What I have right here, turn attack is what's on top of my racket right now. This is what we want you doing over top of the replacement grip. And a lot of folks think when you replace their grip that they're supposed to replace the replacement grip. You're really not going to do that unless there's serious damage done to your racket and to your grip. More times than not, you're just going to be replacing your overgrip.
So if you're wondering if you have the right grip size, it's really easy to tell. When you grip your racket, make sure that you can put your index finger in the space
Not the
between.
rule of thumb, the rule of index finger.
Yeah, right. So if obviously your fingers are overlapping into your palm, the grip is too small, and if they're not even, getting halfway around the racket, then you've got a grip that's way too big. But it really is user preference, but try to buy a racket to where you're replacing the overgrip, not the replacement grip.
Let's start to talk to you now about what types of overgrips there are and how to choose the one that's right for you.
So there's three main types of grips. There's the dry grips, there's kind of the all-around grips, and then there's the tacky grips. So starting with the dry grips, why don't you tell us a bit about this?
Yeah, so dry grips, look, it's exactly as it sounds. The grip is dry. There's no tack to it. If you've got extremely sweaty hands, it's humid outside, you're starting to move into the summer months, this is definitely the grip that you want to play with. Turner grip is sort of by far the gold standard for the
definitely
dry
performs. The more sweaty, the wetter it gets, the
better it feels.
Yeah, better.
So then there's in the middle between dry and tacky.
And that's kind of the all-around grip, and the way these are made, and I think we see a lot of players playing with these because it's kind of the best of both worlds. They start off tacky, but the more you play with it, the more it becomes more of a dry grip. You can see here this grip's been worn quite a bit, so it doesn't have the tackiness that it started with. Myself, I like a tacky grip, so I would find myself changing these regularly. But some players like the way that it's broken in, but it gives you kind of both, right? It starts off tacky, and then it ends up being dry.
For sure, and if you're like Nate and you like the tacky grip, there's no reason for the all-around. Let's grab one that's tacky all the time. There's a lot of different options to choose from here. Again, on here is turn attack, but the idea here is whether your hands sweat or not, if you just like a sticky grip, that's what's going on here. That's what you want when you're looking for the tacky overgrips.
Yep. So those are the three types of grips. You probably already have your favorite, but if you don't, give them all a try. It comes down to personal preference.
And you might switch, right? Like for me, I switch to the dry grip as we go outside into the summer months. Like my hands don't sweat that much indoors in the winter, but move outside in the summer, and then all of a sudden I'm like a sweaty gorilla out there.
Yep. So now it's time to learn how to actually put on the grip. Scott's going to show us how to put on an overgrip now.
All right, so now it's time to actually show you how to wrap an overgrip. And kind of no matter what overgrip you have, I've got Turner grip here. No matter what overgrip you buy, there's usually going to be this plastic wrapping that you need to take off, and this is always covering the side that should face up or the side that your hand is touching. So step one, take this guy off. Depending on whether you are right or left-handed is going to determine which direction the grip faces. So I'm right-handed, so as I hold the grip and look down, the flap is facing out to the right. If I was left-handed, I would flip this around and I would probably be using this hand to get my grip started. So I'm right-handed. Step one is find the end of a bevel on your racket here and get the grip situated. You're gonna see I'm using my thumb here to hold down the grip. And then I'm going to take this racket. You're going to want to pull relatively tight here on this first pull around. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole lot of wrinkles. And you're going to wrap around the top and just come down so you're not creating too much overlap. And then from here, you can see all that's really left to do is just continue wrapping over top of the previous row all the way until I get, I'll pick up the speed here a little bit so you guys aren't getting too bored, all the way until I get up to the end of the racket. And then it is time for my tape. Now, pro tip here, if you don't like this sort of flap hanging off the top, you can pull out your pair of scissors. Nate Dogg, do you mind handing me a pair of scissors, my friend? Oh, thank you. So from here, what I can do with a pair of scissors is I can cut the grip. Can you see me okay here? I can cut the grip on an angle. And now, when I finish gripping my racket, it creates this nice, pretty, even triangle at the end. No matter whatever grip you buy, you're going to have a piece of tape here at the end. I've already pre-prepared by getting this plastic piece ready to come off. I'm going to take that plastic piece, go right up with the bottom edge of the plastic at the top, and I'm just going to wrap around and slightly up because I want more grip and less plastic. So that, my friends, is how you wrap an overgrip.
All right, guys, so if you are serious about your tennis game, be serious about the grip. Change it. Put on a new grip. You want to make sure you have the right grip to give you the best results from your tennis game.
That's right, guys. And you know if you need a new grip, the place to go to buy one is at shop.PlayYourCourt.com. So come check out all of the grips we have for sale in our store. We'll see you guys soon.